Okay, so I prefer like the Dollar Tree, like detangling spray that I bought recently. Like it's been my new favorite. But I'm just curious if this leave-in, now this is called a leave-in conditioner, but I find that they kind of work the same, honestly. But this one does not have amidimethicone in it, but it has coconut oil, shea butter, avocado oil. So, and I've just heard a lot of people say that this one's like a dupe for the Brazilian bum bum cream, like all these scents, but you know, oh gosh, the spray nozzle is interesting. Is that the way that it sprays? Like it just comes out. I wonder, can you make it more misty? This is the question. Does it come out like that? Interesting spray bottle. Let me see the scent. I mean, it smells very like kind of like that Ulta, not Ulta, but that Sephora Bum Bum cream. It has that scent to it, I would say. I've got the dupe for the. I feel like I want something a little bit extra though, just for detangling my hair in the morning. Because I left it loose yesterday and I kind of regret doing that. I don't like leaving my hair loose just because I like to brush through it and keep it detangled. Honestly, I just think it's better. Plus, I feel like it promotes hair growth. I know a lot of people, like when they have wavy hair, they're not into brushing their hair all the time. Like that's not something that they want to do. But for me, I kind of like. This is interesting. This is much more of a oil-based leave-in conditioner, which I don't mind. I don't mind it. It's just different than the other ones. Like the stream that it sprays out in. I'm like, is it broken? I'm not sure. Like, I just want to see. Like, I don't feel like you can control it. Like, it's very. This one, for instance, even though I've had this one for a while, has more of like a mist. It's like a fine mist kind of spray. Like it's just very misty. This one, it's interesting. It's like more. You can't really control it. It just kind of comes out like that. It's interesting, but it gets your hair very saturated. So you know, even if you don't wash your hair every day, I feel like if you're using leave-in conditioners, well, like I do anyway, I feel like it gets your hair wet. Because in the shower, I always let the shower hit my roots. Like I just don't think like you have to wash your hair every single day. Like I just have a system that works for me. I don't know. Not everybody does it this way, but I have my own little ways of doing hair brushing, I guess. See how quickly this all absorbs into the hair. Because even though it leaves the ends of your hair wet for a few minutes, oh, it leaves it like really wet. But it'll absorb eventually. It will eventually absorb into your hair. Just kind of give you a little bit of a brushed out feeling, just so you can kind of brush your hair out a bit. And then I always like, personally, after I've done some hair brushing, to rinse out my hairbrush just to kind of keep it from getting that buildup. Alright. So we're gonna add. I feel like there's tangles in here somewhere. Even though I detangled it, I kind of want to use some of that. This one's good for the scent, but I think I like this one better because it just has more detangling properties. I think I'm going to kind of go through again. I kind of sprayed some into my roots just because, I don't know, my roots kind of like it. Look, I don't claim to be a hair influencer that has all the answers for what's going to make your hair grow. I don't. But I actually do have a solution, just not an answer, like a specific. So I feel like these days people, they go to an influencer and they want an influencer to tell them, what product am I going to use that makes my hair grow? That's not going to make your hair grow. You could buy all the expensive products at Sephora and Ulta and everywhere, but you know what's going to make your hair grow? Gentle hair care is going to make your hair grow, because it's going to result in more hair retention of length and just cleansing in a gentle way. Like, and how often should you wash your hair? I don't know what that looks like for you. I think a lot of it has to do with your scalp type. There are times, like, I was on a once a week washing schedule, but I have to say recently, like, since I did henna again, I've gone a couple weeks. So henna, I know people say is drying, but I also feel like it just cleanses your scalp in a way. And before I did henna this last time, I didn't even wash my hair. I just used, like, with shampoo, okay? I used the henna and then I used the conditioner, which has, like, surfactant properties. So I'll probably wash, I was going to wash my hair last night, but I just didn't get around to it. But I'm thinking I might wash my hair tonight. And then when I've been washing my hair, I've been using, like, Nextol shampoo and a clarifying shampoo. And that's just what I've been doing lately. So yeah, I was, like, washing my hair a little bit more recently, like once a week, just because I did feel like when it got really cold, like, my scalp just felt really dry. And I felt like it was starting to create a buildup situation, which I don't want in my hair, honestly. I don't want to have buildup, personally. I just don't want to do that. Before I go detangling, I'm going to use my fingers to just kind of separate this area. It was kind of sticking to itself, just because, yeah, that's how I do it. And then I use my fingers to kind of rub the scalp to just break up anything that might, I don't know, that's just this is my system for hair brushing. I can't say it would be your perfect system for hair brushing. I think I like this. I mean, this one's good too. It's not bad. But I feel like this one could be more of, like, a scent, just because if you want, like, a good scent for your hair or something. Would I buy that one again? No. I just was kind of curious, because a lot of people that do Dollar Tree hauls were saying that they liked this Power Stick body spray or hair detangler, and they were saying, oh, it's like a dupe for, like, these Brazilian Bum Bum cream thing, or hair detangler, or some sort of brand that you can find at Sephora, which I will never buy anything at Sephora. You know why? Like, I bought some BB cream at Sephora and it was horrible. It was horrible. Like, the girl said she was going to test me, and she tested me here in my inner wrist, which is not the color of my face, honestly. And whatever she recommended I buy, it was a horrible match. It looked like, okay, it was like the palest BB cream, so it just looked cakey and it looked too pale, and it didn't work with my skin tone. So I'm, like, light to medium, like. So rather than go to Sephora, I just go to Walmart or CVS Pharmacy, and I don't even wear makeup. The only thing I put on my face is the CoverGirl CG Smoother. And I was doing it more often a while back, and I kind of stopped for some reason. But I realized I should put it on every day just because it has SPF in it. And I like this better than, like certain SPF products just leave, like, a white residue on your face, and I don't want that on my face, honestly. I like this because it doesn't have, like, that white residue. And I've heard there's, like, Korean type BB creams you can buy. I haven't bought one yet, okay? I haven't bought something like that yet. I should, maybe one day. But I just haven't gone there yet, so. But that's what I like. Like, I don't, like, when it just comes to my face and my hair, I'm just very low maintenance girly. Like, I love being very gentle. Like, I advocate being gentle over, I don't know, trying a million products. And, you know, a lot of influencers are saying that this product and that product's going to make your hair better, but you should watch them. Like, what are they using consistently? There's only, like, one or two influencers that I think actually might have better recommendations for you. And I think Abby Young is one of them, because she's a trichologist. Like, she actually went to school and studied. She's not a dermatologist, but she's a trichologist. So she went to school and she studied about different, like, shampoos and conditioners and leave-ins. And a lot of what she said is just, I don't do everything she does because she like lightens her hair and I don't do that. But I've always agreed with the drugstore shampoo, and I feel like a few years ago when they were pushing the hate on the silicones and the sulfates, it's just that I don't, even if you have curly hair, a lot of curly hair people use silicones and sulfates because they're great for detangling your hair and giving you slip, and you can use oils as well. And if there's a possibility that they create buildup, just use a clarifying shampoo on your scalp, which is a sulfate, okay? So all these things that they were telling us that we shouldn't put on our hair and we should buy these more expensive brands, I don't really jive with that, honestly, because I'm not going to spend $50 on shampoo. I'm just not about that life. I'm about gentle hair care and budget products, like, and just gentle hair care. Like, and I think, honestly, this is my opinion, and I know a lot of people don't like it, but a lot of people in the hair influencer world, there's like two camps. You have the people that are into trendy hairstyles that are very driven by Dyson Airwrap and things like that. And those people, they want to use heat on their hair, and sometimes they wash their hair multiple times per week because they're into like more of the trendy curly hairstyles. Like that's their thing, okay? I'm not really into that. It's not my thing. Wavy hair and curly hair. Like I think different hair types go into, like, even there's people like, if I were to wash my hair and follow like some sort of wavy hair technique and use like heat and gel and things, I probably could get a certain wave pattern in my hair for people that like to wear their hair loose. But people that like to wear their hair loose, they tend to want it shorter than me, okay? They want shorter hair, they want layers, they want, like, they're really into like this volume thing. And even though I don't have straight hair, I kind of liked that there was one influencer, Tessa PA, who said, you know, volume's not all that. And I think volume is kind of overrated, honestly, because I don't want to wear my hair like in these trendy ways where you have to diffuse it and curl it to make it like look bigger on top. I'm just not into that. And to me, like, that's a variation of like certain 70s and 80s over stylized hair, which I don't know, like the heatless curl and all that. Even when I used to curl my hair, I wasn't really into that because I like my roots to kind of be smoothed down. Like, I'm not a big volume girly. Like, some people just really love volume. And by the way, you can have thick hair and not like volume in your hair. And people are like, what's that mean? Well, I think if you have curly hair, yeah, you're gonna want more volume if you wear it that way. But I have wavy hair, but I don't intentionally wear my hair a certain way to make it look voluminous on top because I'm not into it. It's not my thing, right? Like, some people really love that. Like, they want their hair to have like the most volume on top. I just want my hair to be smooth back so I can put it in a low pony, and not with gel and not with hairspray, just with like what I'm using: oil, detangling spray, water. Like, I'm a very low-end girly, and I feel like that has helped my hair growth, and I feel like not using heat on my hair has helped my hair growth, and henna. But the things that I'm doing, these are not like trendy things. Like, what I'm doing, well, I might use a hairbrush that is sort of trendy, I guess, like the Unbrush dupe that I like better. I love this Bell & Joy Unbrush dupe so much better than the Unbrush itself, actually, because it has longer bristles. I just think it does a better job. And it was $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. What's not to like about that? So anyway, I just really like to have a hair journey where it's more organic, and I'm just focusing on braiding my hair and putting in low ponies or updos, and I don't want to wear my hair loose every day. I feel like after a certain length, even if you do have like super curly hair, most people with super curly hair, they're not wearing it loose every day. Like, to me, that does require a lot more washing of your hair with shampoo. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but that's like time intensive for me, honestly, because you have to detangle it, and it takes more time. So I personally, I'm not into it. Like, that's just not why I have long hair. I'm having long hair so I can put it in braids and updos, and that's like my favorite style. Like, and for me, I feel like it's helped my hair grow longer. And also, like, I think your hair just stays cleaner when you're not wearing it loose all the time. Because when you wear your hair loose all the time, it like goes everywhere, and it's like blowing in the wind. And I'm one of these people that I hate the feeling of my hair blowing in the wind. And Southern California is a very windy place, so I just really hate the feeling or the sensation of my hair blowing everywhere. So I will do whatever it takes to kind of mitigate that, because I don't want my hair like blowing everywhere. I don't want to like have my hair blowing here and there, and like sometimes the winds are so fierce that if you wear your hair loose, it will literally blow your hair up high in the sky, and I don't like that. I don't like that feeling. And I've come to realize that claw clips are instrumental, and updos are instrumental for avoiding that. A pedestrian in Southern California, you don't even really need to blow dry your hair, because thank you, I appreciate that, because you could go outside on certain days and it will blow your hair for you. Well, probably not the direction you want, but you could probably diffuse your hair in the wind here in Southern California if you were so inclined. So what is my rating on this Power Stick leave-in conditioner? Maybe it's better like when you have freshly washed hair, because I think some leave-in conditioners can like double as a detangler. This one, it is, I love an oil product. It is heavier. It has oils in it. It has coconut oil, shea butter, and avocado oil, and I like it a lot. But I can tell it's not quite as light as this one. Like this one's lighter, and this one, like, you can brush. I feel like this one, like, I still put oil in my hair, but I have to say, like, maybe I'm not using as many oils when I use this one, because this one's just lighter. It has a very lighter consistency, and it's more of a detangler, I would say, for sure. Although when I wore my hair down yesterday, I definitely have some tangles I need to get out of my hair, because I'm like, yeah. Yeah, rather than just rip through your hair, I like to do this. Like, this is something I like to do. I like to go through my hair gently, because you'll find like with hair shedding, if I haven't brushed my hair in a couple of days, you'll find you have like wavy hair, and I'm thinking this is probably more pronounced with curly hair. But with wavy hair, I find like if you haven't brushed your hair in a couple days, you'll usually have a couple of hairs that have probably they've just got snarled up in each other a little bit. So before I go through, I'm gonna put in more of this detangling spray just to kind of it's going the wrong way, just spraying the air. Sometimes I have to wipe down my floor after I do this. Like, you might want to put a towel under it or something. I don't use bathroom mats. I think those are disgusting. Like, I have to use a towel on my floor after I take a shower that goes directly in the washing machine, because I just think bathroom mats are gross. And I kind of feel like they harbor bacteria, and I like to keep my bathroom floor clean. I'm just very close to that. And you know, like how some people used to have little carpets on top of their toilet, and a carpeted toilet seat cozy. I'm like, that's so disgusting. Like, the 80s was all about that life. And you would go into some people's houses and they had carpet on the floor, the bathroom floor. They had a carpet on the toilet. Like, your toilet doesn't need a cozy. That's just gross. How do you clean? I guarantee, like, be somebody who works in a lab and studies bacteria, go into a bathroom like that. No, I wouldn't even. Some people's, like, I don't know, maybe I'm a little bit of a germaphobe, but I think like some public bathrooms are cleaner than people's home bathrooms, because first off, public bathrooms, they can be nasty, but a lot of them have to be cleaned at the end of the day, and they don't have cozy things. And I'm just like, I'm just not about, like, I'm a little bit more cautious. Like, I'm not about like going to a lot of people's houses, like kind of like being more of a homebody, or just going to people's houses that I know are clean people. Because yeah, it's just gross. Like, a lot of people don't really think about things they have in their house that probably aren't cleaned that often. And yeah, I just don't think somebody with cozies in their bathroom like prizes cleaning. Like, your toilet doesn't need a cozy. That's just harboring bacteria. That's really disgusting. Whoever thought that? Oh, you need to sit on carpet when you go to the bathroom? Like, let's be honest with ourselves. It's gross. It's just really gross. It really is. Especially with men. Because, you know, I don't think all men lick the toilet as much as people think. And you have a carpet cozy on your toilet? Oh, God. No. Like, just, this really... I never understood it. I hope that's one trend that doesn't come back. And if it comes back, your bathroom does not need a rug. Your bathroom is not your living room, okay? Like, just get a towel that you put down after you take a shower, and you can. And the dual purpose of that is it cleans. Oh, you know what? I really love this. You know, there's so much less resistance when you just spray. Like, when you spray more of this. This stuff's just really good. It has less resistance. It goes through your hair like butter. But you know, I think some of this might help. Like, I do think this is good because it has oils, and that might aid in it. But I kind of like layering it. I don't know. It's fun. This is fun. So I decided to come live because earlier somebody's like, "Are you going to be live?" And I'm like, maybe. Might be live later, but then I don't know, they didn't come back, so I was like, I don't plan out these things. It's like, I think people think I have like some sort of a schedule where I plan out my life. Well, I know a lot of YouTubers, they have a schedule. I'm just never gonna be one of those YouTubers. A schedule, like, there's enough schedules in your life, friends. I just don't get it. Like, it's not like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And even like with food, I feel like, I don't know, maybe because I live in California, even though I do have a little bit of a simpler California life than a lot of people, I think during the day, people's lives aren't structured like that, where you have like these set meal times. It's very much I don't even think, like, life isn't like that anymore. Like, people have different, like, work schedules, life schedules, like, just this whole scheduled meal time. Just eat healthy. You don't have to have, like, this is locked in mealtime. I just think, like, these practices, they don't really make you a healthier person, per se, unless you just have a really, like, I don't know, I don't have a schedule like that where I can always be locked into this precise mealtime. Maybe some people do. I guess if you work, like, a very structured schedule, and then even at night, like, people with kids, I feel like it's good to eat healthy, but I think that's why a lot of people meal prep and they just have healthy snacks and food in their house. Because in other cultures, like, it wasn't like so regimented. Like, you have to eat this breakfast, lunch, and dinner at this set time. Like, people ate. They just ate healthy food. And I'm more about that life. I'm like, I love, like, just eating healthy food. I'm not like one of these people that has, like, an anxiety attack. Like, oh no, if I ate something that's kind of snacky. Like, that mamoul, that almost feels like a meal because it has dates and whole wheat in it. And if you have it with a cup of coffee with coconut milk, that felt like a meal to me yesterday. I was like, it's not for every day, but it was just very satiating. Or like if you eat hummus with a piece of toast, and then you could have an apple, or like you could have a grapefruit. I don't know. I just don't feel like everything has to be like this locked in. I do like to cook, and I need to do another cooking live on my channel soon, but I don't know, lately I just haven't had time, and I had some spring rolls. I've been doing kind of a snacky life lately just because I'm trying to recuperate and relax a bit, and I don't lock myself into these like really tight schedules. But if you live a very scheduled life and that works for you, I think it's great, but I just don't think it's necessary. Like, I think we should do things when we have the time and we feel like doing them. Like, I've been all about that for years, and I just think it makes my life happier, to be honest with you. That's what I prefer for myself, personally. Okay. Get my hair. It feels very nice and soft. So I might put just a little bit more in. I feel like it's very detangled. It's very nice. Just for the scent of it. I mean, it makes your hair smell nice. Would I buy this again? Probably not, because I think this one's better. I just do. I'm like, it's better. I mean, you can make your own detangling spray too if you want to, but I'm like, I'm not gonna, like, why do I need to? And I wouldn't make my own detangling spray with conditioner you're supposed to rinse out. I just don't, I'm not about that, because I don't think that could be good for your scalp, honestly. Like, I'm going to use things that are designed as a leave-in, not as a washout conditioner. Like, plus I feel like it could harbor bacteria and mold eventually. I know a lot of people are like, oh, I can make one, and I'm like, okay, we'll make one, but it has water. It could eventually attract mold to it. I would just be concerned about that. And it goes on your hair, and if you brush out your hair, it goes towards your scalp. So I'm just more concerned about scalp health, I guess, than, I'm not saying you couldn't ever make a natural detangler. I just feel like this detangler is pretty good, and not all modern products are bad. I'm over the people that are just like, oh, silicones and sulfates, they're so bad. There are people with all hair types that love silicones and sulfates. And I will say it, and I'll say it again. Silicones and sulfates are not the devil incarnate. Like, people believe that. They're like, oh my gosh, just because there's some people that have a hair method where they think these are really bad things. But it's not really true. It's kind of like, let me give you another analogy. You need some surfactants to clean your scalp. You need some surfactants to clean your laundry. It's kind of like the natural laundry movement. Like, look, I do like to add natural boosters to my laundry, like vinegar, and I like to put borax in there. But recently, I don't know, I was hearing from some people with HE, like the high tech washing machines, that it might not be good to be putting vinegar in. Like, I need to read more into this, but I don't know, I was talking with my mom about it. She's saying that she read something that maybe you shouldn't be putting vinegar in one of the HE washing machines, because she heard it could be bad. I'll have to look more into it, but I just, like, even when we used to do borax, which I like borax for a lot of things, but it would like leave like a cakey residue. My sister always said she didn't like the powdered detergent because it would always kind of stick to your clothes. And she's really good at, she does like to clean. I know she's very into it. So we kind of switched over to liquid laundry detergent, and not the kind you make yourself. And a lot of people are like, I can make my own like laundry detergent with the Zodi bar, Zote. But did you know, like, it that has certain ingredients that can't go in HE washing machines, and you need surfactants. Like, modern surfactants are not a bad thing. Like, people think, oh my gosh, like, we can't grow, like, I've seen some YouTubers that say you can't grow your hair long if you use modern shampoo that has surfactants in it. And I'm like, says who made this rule? Like, I might extend out hair washing, but I think you can grow your hair long, because I have on multiple occasions. Don't fall for it, guys. A lot of it is marketing 101, and a lot of it's about nostalgia. And there are things in the past that I think were beautiful. Like, I wish we didn't want to decimate all of our national forests and things, but that's more about political policy. That's more about people who think like decimating the national park system is a great idea to allow companies to go in and have unbridled mining and taking of our natural resources, which I don't think is good, okay? That's not good. But a lot of the same people that are like, oh, like, and there's nothing wrong with being a little crunchy, okay? I'm into like a lot of natural things. Like, my parents used to compost and garden, and I'm very into like more gentle hair care, but I also balance it too. Like, I know that modern products aren't bad. Not all modern products are bad. Like people think, like some people are like, oh, plastic's really bad, but do we want to go back to having lead pipes? Like there was a congressional hearing that talked about these things. So not every modern product is bad. Like people will say this is bad, that's bad. Well, if you don't like it, then don't use it. But personally, I find that sulfates are good for, clearing buildup off my scalp, and silicones along with oils are good for keeping my hair detangled. So I'm not going to stop using like a silicone based conditioner or leave-in detangler just because somebody said that it's bad for your hair, because I haven't experienced any of those bad effects. Like I just didn't, and I feel like a lot of hair advice is based on, I don't think people set out to fear monger, but I think fear mongering happens along the way and down the line because you have somebody who was told something once, so then they just repeat it, and then they go on a forum, and then they're like, this is the gospel, this is the truth, this is how you grow your hair long, and you can't use that. So I found with my wavy hair, when I used like the sulfate silicone free products, like it was harder to detangle my hair, even when I used oil, because something about silicone is oils are great, but I feel like silicone just gives you more detangling power, and I like it. And I'm going to do what makes my hair easier to manage, not what like some small group of people, like it goes back to the HE washing machine. Like some people are making their own detergents and it wasn't cleaning their clothes effectively, because surfactants are actually needed to get grime and buildup off clothing. Just like sulfates in your shampoo are a milder form of surfactants. So surfactants aren't bad. Like people think they're bad, but not all modern chemical things in our shampoo are bad, okay? Like there are some chemicals that are bad. Like it went back to this other analogy. Like there are some natural things that I don't think are good, like marijuana. Like I think maybe many people smoke it. Like here in California, like I don't want to, like I did vote for it to be, made legal because I thought it was silly how it was criminalized. Like that's ridiculous. But I feel like sometimes it's gone the other way. Like technically and legally, you're not supposed to even smoke marijuana on our apartment complex because they sent out a notice about that. But I noticed like a lot of my neighbors do. And I feel like it kind of makes me sick. And anywhere you go in public nowadays, like you might not smell cigarettes, but I feel like anytime I smell marijuana, it just makes me feel like ill. Like I feel ill when I smell it. But it's like, and this is something natural, and people say it's like a remedy for a lot of things, but a lot of these people who are smoking it, they don't really think about people who are allergic to it. And I think I'm allergic to the smell of it. Like I've pretty much determined that, and I have to like go really far away from any place where people are just smoking that out in the open because they think like it alleviates a lot of things. Like, so that's a natural thing, and I find I'm kind of allergic to it. A lot of people are allergic to poison ivy. That's a natural thing. Snake venom, that's pretty natural. There's a lot of things that are natural that might not be good for you personally, okay? Just because something is natural doesn't make it better for you personally. Just like with silicones and surfactants, maybe some people have really bad experiences with them. I don't know. I just don't want to be one of those people who say this is what you have to do and this is what you must do, because I find that kind of bunky, and those people change their minds a lot too. But I've noticed I've tweaked things over the years, but I've been pretty consistent with everything I do, because I figured out a long time ago intuitively what works best for me, and a lot of it was just being a cheapskate, really, because like drugstore products like Garnier, my favorite conditioner. My sister loves Pantene. Like she loves Pantene. Abby Young, I think she loves Pantene. But Garnier is my favorite. Like I just fell in love with Garnier, and their clean and clear like line, their conditioner and their shampoo, it's top level in my opinion. I love that stuff. I tried to buy the Dollar Tree dupe of it and I didn't like it as much. I love this Dollar Tree detangling spray, but I'm not so much about. And look, there are some good Sephora products. Like don't get me wrong, some of them are good. Like some of them are great, but you have to figure out what works for you, right? In my opinion, like you can't just be like, oh, like this is the best thing for me and everybody. That's nonsense. Anybody that tells you this is what you must be doing because I did it, no. Because there's a lot of people, they think they have it on lockdown, what everybody should do. These people are deluded, man. They're deluded. And I'm not even going to tell you, maybe your favorite influencer might be a little deluded if they actually believe that the specific thing that they do for their hair is going to help you grow your hair. You need to figure out what works for you and your own hair type. Why aren't there more people not saying this? This is the truth. This is the truth about hair growth. Gentle hair care outranks any product, any specific product that some influencer is telling you is the best. Okay? And drugstore products are not bad. And silicones and sulfates are not bad unless they don't react good with your scalp for some reason. So figure out what works best for you, but don't fall down the influencer pipeline, because at the end of the day, a lot of them are they're just regurgitating something that they heard someone else say. So then they took it and they spun it, and then they might have had a video that went viral, and then a company wants to promote them. And then like Abby Young said, and I think Abby Young's right because she's studied trichology, that a lot of companies will say sulfate and silicone free just because there's been a backlash towards those ingredients over the years. But I'm kind of glad that some companies haven't taken them out of their products, because silicones and sulfates are great for detangling your hair and getting rid of buildup. Don't fall for the pipeline. Just saying, not every pipeline is a good pipeline.